You can have anything in life that you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want.
How you doing? I'm Christian Rasmussen with the Exodus Group, where we lead people to God's promised land. I'm coming at you today with Keeping It Simple, where we take complicated financial matters and make them simple. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we got a great video for you today.
I want to talk to you guys today about selling with a servant's heart and serving from a place of abundance. Zig Ziglar once said, you can have anything in life that you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. And I truly believe that to be true. Now, so many of us believe that a salesman, when we think of a salesman, we think of a used car salesman walking out into the parking lot in an old bad suit and trying to sell you a car that you don't need and trying to upsell you on some kind of clear coat on the car. That's not what I'm talking about here. I didn't get into sales until I was almost 40 years old, and so I always had that perspective of sales before. But now that I'm in sales, I see that I love a good salesman, and I love being sold on things. And let me explain to you a little bit about what I mean. The first off is when I'm looking for a good salesman, it's someone who's selling from a place of abundance, right? They come to you and they don't need anything from you. They have everything they need. They've been given everything they need from the Father, and they really just show up to love you and serve you in whatever capacity that is. And if they can't help you, they're okay with that, and they'll send you to somebody who can. The second most important thing, that's the number one thing with sales, is selling from a place of abundance. The second one is integrity. Integrity is the most important thing when you're selling, and that is just being honest. And when I'm selling anything, I'm very careful not to exaggerate or blow things up bigger than they are or change anything. You have to be completely honest, because trust is the most important thing when you're selling anything. The biggest tool, obviously, when you're selling anything is listening. Listening to what the people have to say and then figuring out how you can help them. In order for me to sell anyone, first I have to listen to their situation, determine exactly what they have going on, and try to understand where they're at, and then see if I have something that can help them out. I'll give you a recent example. I was at a restaurant, and it's one of my favorite restaurants, and I was up at the counter ordering something. He asked me, what do you want for a side? And it was very obvious I had not thought about what I wanted. And so I looked down the thing and I said, okay, well, I'll take the fruit. And he said, no, you want this kale potato salad. It's amazing. You want to try it? And when he said that, first he had a smile on his face and he had good energy and he was pumped up, and he sold me on that kale potato salad. And so I said yes. And right then when I tipped him extra. Why? Because he had energy, he had good energy, and he recommended something to me. He sold me on something that he thought would be beneficial. And first he had to listen, right? He had to be present enough to see that I had not thought out what I wanted for that side. And so whenever you're selling anything, I don't care if you're selling shoes or books or cars or houses, whatever it is you're selling, the first thing is to sit down, really understand what the person's looking for, really determine how you can help them, and then bless them. Come from a place of abundance where, hey, I'm here to help. I'm seated at the right hand of the Father. I come to serve and to help. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33 talks about making the kingdom of God your primary concern, and all these things will be added unto you. And that is, when we make the kingdom of God our primary concern, the kingdom of God is inside of each one of us. And so when we act in love towards God or towards others, when we love anyone else and put their needs above our own, God takes care of us. And I've seen this to be true over and over again. So I want to encourage every one of you today, no matter what you're doing, take your eyes off yourself, put it on your customer, no matter what you're selling, whether you're selling books or shoes or houses or cars or whatever it is you're selling or whatever it is your product is. Focus on the person. Focus on how you can help them, and God will take care of you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.